You know, I'd like to just have you address the issue of stage volume. I mean, because you talk about the fact that you love to have an amp on a stage with you, but a lot of times when you're standing up playing, the amp is going by your knees. The volume is shooting out to the audience, and depending on the size of the church, you're going to see people in the first 5 rows going, "Ah, that guitar amp is killing me." But that's your sound. So how do you deal with an environment like that? Because a lot of people, watching this DVD are probably in much smaller settings.
Yeah.
How do you still get the good sounds and play at the right a lower volume on stage?
Yeah. Well, you really just have a couple of alternatives. I'll start with the normal one is placement of amplifiers in proximity to the stage. So if that's an issue on stage and you have the ability to put the amp in another room, let's say, or a closet and get it away from you, that's an easy solution or easier solution. Right. Then your volume may still be able to run at your normal level, but because it's down the road a ways or in a room or below in the basement of your church, wherever you have to put it to mic it, it's like a studio environment. You're controlled, and that works. So that's the typical solution, but there are others. One other one is that they have attenuators that you could buy that would allow you to take full volume out of your amp. It sends it into an attenuator, dials it down without losing your tone, and then sends it to your speaker. And that's a way to get similar sounds, if not some of the same sounds, without having the level of volume on stage, but have it manageable without compromising your tone. So that's another solution.
Do you ever tip your guitar facing up toward your ears, or do you? I mean, does that help?
Well, on most stages, because that's a good example or a good question, Don, because most stages that we're in, we always have amps right here. We're never running an amp off stage in any of our settings. So it's so there are things you can do to hear better and minimize volume. One would be to do that. I typically don't. I have over the years, like say it's a small club or some kind of situation or a small church that you have the old Fender amps had the little arms. You could rock them back and tilt them up. These days, one of the things that's easiest to do is turn the amp around or face it in another direction so that it's not coming into the mics. But that's a good question, because one of the key things that you would get, because I'm always singing, if I tilt an amp, now I'm blowing, the sound is going up towards the mic. Yeah. So that's not the best solution for me. Yeah. Another solution that you can use, and that's here again back to the technology, we demonstrate often what a silent stage is like, and that's where there's nothing live going on stage, and it's amazing at how good the tone can be with the technology that you employ on stage. And the way you do that is you buy the proper equipment on the floor that can feed a direct signal, and they have amp models already, mic models. It allows you to really choose your combination of mic speakers, so you can really dial it in. But that's the point. With that technology, you really have to do your homework and dial the sound in ahead of time, and then you can combat that whole noise problem and have what you want.